What is up, my boys? Got a bunch of you guys in here already. Big shout out to Big Drip ENT, one of my new Patreons, I think. I will shout you out in Tuesday's training camp video, but you're the number one in here. Ace Sports, Dorito Bag, Tommy Brinkley, John Featherlin, Street King. What is up, everybody? Irving, what's up? Tom Brady's in here putting out some viral videos, throwing a football into a jug machine. Some people think that's real. Some people think that he actually threw a football into a jug machine and then the jug machine shot it back at him. Some people really thought that was real. What's up, Fat Boy Swag, Josie, Tyler's, Carlos, JL Sports Talk, Robert, the Arkham Elf, Hammer, Joey Nader, Dominic. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing? We'll be talking training camp. Tuesday is the start of training camp. I got a nice new setup in here, too. I mounted my lights, so I got more desk room for stuff like peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies and some nuts. That's what I sit here and I do. I eat junk food, I edit, and I do research for you guys. The date, Joey Nader, date of the first preseason game. I'll tell you in a second. I'll tell you when the so on Hall of Fame game is on August 5th. Wow, that's coming up. That's coming up. August 5th at 8 p.m. will be it's Thursday, will be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Steelers. Hold on, let me share my screen so I can show you. And then week one of the preseason starts the 12th, which is Thursday, but the Dolphins will be playing on Saturday at 1 p.m. on NFL Network. And I will be live streaming about the first quarter of that. Then I got to go to my dad's birthday party. His birthday is on the 15th, but they're having the party on the 14th. And then week two, this is not televised, but this is an important game. Dolphins take on the Falcons on August 21st. That Saturday, I will be live streaming that game as well. Big game. This is essentially the dress rehearsal. So big game there. And then the final preseason game before we get ready for the season is the Miami Dolphins taking on the Bengals in Cincinnati. 4 o'clock will be nationally televised on CBS. Cody with the $2 donation says, are you doing fantasy football this year? I am. I'm trying to figure out the logistics of it, right? I have Patreons. I have MVP Patreons who I want to give special, like a little special league of their own. So the MVP Patreons, I'm trying to get them their own little fantasy league. And then I want to involve the members of the other Patreons and you guys. So I'm thinking of doing a 12-team league and having 5. See, like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I want to have each of you guys have like a legit shot at being in the league. So I don't know how I'm doing it yet. I might do, I don't know yet. I'll know soon because the draft is going to be the first week of September because we got a good amount of time before the season starts. I'll tell you in a second when the season actually starts. That's September 9th. So we got a good amount of time before the end of the last preseason game and the beginning of the Steelers, the start of the season. We got like 2 weeks. So I'll get it all, under control and all that stuff. Thanks for asking, Charles. Doing good. Just got done hanging out with the wife. We were watching the Olympics. I made some buffalo wings. We had some leftover pizza. I'm going to take an antacid because I'm turning 34 and I can't have anything spicy without taking a Pepcid. Patriots schedule is easier than ours. The only difference between the Dolphins schedule and the Patriots schedule is 1 game. So I don't know how it's easier. No, 2 games. Yeah. And it's only easier because they got third place and we got second. Have you been keeping up with our new O-line coach, Jean Pierre? I'm not even going to try to say his first name. How do you think he will do? I don't know. I'm hoping that the offensive line does better in a whole. So I'm really just hoping on that. Irving with the $1 donation. Thank you so much, brother. Training camp is, 1 day away. Wow. Tuesday, baby. Well, the Patriots are third place finishers last year. So, yeah, 2 of their games are against third place teams of the opposite divisions. And then they have the one third place from the NFC East. So it's not all that different. 3 games difference. Sack prediction for Phillips. I'd like to see double digits, but I don't think so. I'm going to say 9 sacks. Will you be down in Miami for a game this season? Hope to see you down there. I'm trying to go to either the Texans or the Ravens game. I haven't gotten the logistics of that done yet either, but those are the games I'm trying to go to. Yes, tomorrow is Monday, but 1 day away. So you count 1 day from today. If it was tomorrow, we would say 1 day. So Monday is 1 day, and Tuesday is the start of the training camp. Can you possibly see the Dallas Cowboys trading for Xavier Howard? I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that. We'll see. They have to take on his contract, so we'll see. And he wants a new big contract. So again, Chief Bubba, what's going on, brother? And then I'm also hearing. I didn't want to talk about this because it's ridiculous. But the Deshaun Watson stuff is popping up again because he is at camp. He's going to be at training camp. He's not on the commissioner's exempt list for the stuff that is going on with him. So he will be at camp. And everyone's like, whoa, he's going to be at camp. Dolphins are going to trade for him. If they do, they do. I don't care. Well, I've said it time and time again. I don't care who's behind center. I just want to lift the Lombardi trophy. But that being said, a lot of people are like, well, Xavier Howard might be in there. It would be dumb of the Texans to trade for Xavier Howard because Xavier Howard wants a new contract. So if the Texans were to trade for Xavier Howard, they would be trading for a guy who wants a new contract, who wants a lot of money, and you're not building for the longevity. The Texans are what the Dolphins were in 2019. They are starting all over again. So they need all these pieces. They need all this stuff. So there's no way that the Texans would trade for Xavier Howard. So as you typed it, came right out of my mouth. Doug, I know I'm not a patron, but can I be in the fantasy league? Yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get logistics of it. There's going to be, I'm doing 2 leagues. I think this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm doing 2 leagues. One league is going to be for the members and for you guys. And then another league is going to be for the Patreon, where if you are MVP, you get certain dibs, and then the others get the other half. So, and then I'm trying to figure out if there's going to be a buy-in. I'm trying to figure out all that stuff because if there's no incentive, no one's going to take it seriously. After once you notice that you had too many injuries on your team, you're not going to take it seriously anymore. You're not going to set your lineups, and then it's just not fun anymore. So I'm trying to maybe do a buy-in, $20 buy-in. We're going to take all for both leagues. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Yes, it's probably going to be a buy-in league, or maybe I will have, maybe for the Patreon, since they already support the channel and donate. Same thing with the members. See, I don't know. This is the stuff, I'm just spitballing off the top of my head. Maybe I'll have a jersey you can win, or tickets, or I don't know. I do not know. Matt, would you prefer for X, if he's traded, a first and/or second round pick or NFL starter. Example, X for Chandler Jones versus X for picks. Kind of a combination. Depending on the value and depending on how good the player is we get in return, that's what I'm. How about $1,000 buy? 12 teams, 3 prizes, 2 consolations. Jeez, I don't think anyone has $1,000. And I'm not saying this is going to happen, but say the Dolphins were talking to the Saints, and the Saints want, Xavier Howard, and the Dolphins are like, well, we want Alvin Kamara, and they're like, all right, well, what can we do here? If the Dolphins were to trade X to the Saints for a third in Alvin Kamara, I'd be fine with that. That seems perfectly reasonable to me. I'm actually, because Alvin Kamara's play and the type of player he is high enough to compensate for X, and then you throw a third in and say we give him a fourth, right? Just like an even trade back and forth. I'm completely fine with that. Did you hear Chandler Jones requested a trade? He did. He requested a trade. Let me look that man jam up. Did he really request a trade? It's going to be interesting. Doug, answer my question. What question? When I start talking, just so you guys know, when I start talking, I don't look at the chat because then it'll distract me. So if I miss your question, I'm not ignoring you. Not ignoring you. I've had people say, well, you're ignoring my question. I'm not ignoring you. I'm talking. Doug Will Van Ginkel. It's not how you spell his name. Tom. Come on, Tom. Start with all the linebackers. Yes. He's probably going to be he's going to be opposite of Phillips. He's really good. Did you see? I'll show you. They have some of the rookie Madden ratings. You see who's number 3? Do you see who's the third rookie and the highest wide receiver with 76? Jamar Chase is only a 75. Jamar Chase is only 75, but Jalen Waddle is a 76. Penei Sewell, who everyone wanted the Dolphins to take, is only 75. I'm just messing around. I'm happy to see this, and it's probably because of his speed and just how dynamic he is. But yeah, he's the highest wide receiver, rookie wide receiver in Madden. I'm not dodging Watson questions. I'll answer them if I see them. If I see them, I'll answer them. Dolphins always beating the Bengals. That's not true. When was it? The last time we played them on Thursday, they beat the crap out of us. No trading 60% of their total yards. X, I'm sorry. I don't understand what you mean. X for Jones? Are you talking about the running back from the Packers? They just signed him, so I doubt they'll trade him away. Finn's finally getting some love on Madden. I always feel like our rookies are underrated on the game. I honestly thought that, and that's probably another thing that I'm not picking up on. Why isn't Phillips higher? I thought he would be at least like a 74. We'll see. Watson the stud, but I'm not all in like some people are. It could be completely BS to where Miami isn't even willing to give up value. Flo took 2 at 5 and seeing and trusting in his process. We'll see. I've said, and this is how I'll address the Watson questions and the Watson circumstance and all that stuff. If the Miami Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson, for one, they are going to include Tua in the trade to the Texans. There's no way that they're going to bring in Deshaun Watson, who is in the league for 5 years, and then keep Tua. It's no fair to Tua, and that's not the way the Chris Greer works. Look what Chris Greer did with Josh Rosen. He let him go instead of having sitting on the bench for us. So if there was a trade for Watson, Tua's going to go. That being said, and I've said this time and time again, I don't care who the quarterback is when we lift that Lombardi trophy. I don't care. That also being said, a lot of people, you know who you are done with Tua after 9 games. I've never heard something more ridiculous in my entire life. Like, to be done with a quarterback after 9 games. It's just, and not even just a regular 9 games. We're talking 9 games during a pandemic. We're talking 9 games after severe hip injury and a surgery. We're talking 9 games with 2 weeks of training camp. Like, with most of your wide receivers injured, like, it just blows my mind how some people are like, he's a bust, he sucks, he didn't do anything. And then you talk about, I did this on Twitter, right? I was Reason, he posted a clip of the final drive where Tua took them down the field to score a touchdown that kind of got them still in that game against the Arizona Cardinals. And I said that Arizona Cardinal game from start to finish showed me what Tua can do, right? Yes, it was 1 game, and I've heard people say it was 1 game, but it showed me, okay, when this kid is clicking, when this kid understands what is in front of him and whatever you want to say, this is what we get. I'm ecstatic and I'm happy. He was making people miss. He was making Buda Baker look dumb. He was throwing great passes. He had great pocket presence, looked fantastic in that game. And that's what I'm like, okay, if he could do this, and if this is what he looks like, where he's got everything going for him, that's it. That's the it that people say, who didn't show it last year. I don't understand how they look at that Arizona Cardinals game and don't see it. And my question was answered by somebody on Twitter saying, well, the Cardinals had 2 guys out and this and that, and they started listing excuses on why he did well. And it just made me laugh. Like, I can't believe people go out of their way to disprove him when he does well, but want us to sit here and listen when you're crapping on him when he did poorly. And that's why I said what I said in that video, which is pinned as my my top thing on Twitter, that people want to harp on his negative and stick on the negative and not recognize also his good for some reason because they don't like the kid. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It boggles my mind. Imagine they did this for Peyton Manning. Imagine they did this for Brett Favre, Steve Young. Heck, Dan Marino's first game was garbage. If you watch Dan Marino's first ever game, he played horribly. 9 games. Now, don't get me wrong. After this year, if he still is doing the bad things he did last year, then I'm like, all right, well, there's a problem and it's not clicking for him, and we can't be sitting here all day waiting on it. But 9 games. 9 games. I don't get it. I don't get it. Better fantasy name. Penitentiary? My Dear Watson, or Waddle you do for a Klondike bar? Waddle you do for a Klondike bar, Paul. What do you do for a Klondike bar? Please. That is so good. So good. Oh my God. That was good. Oh boy. What do you do for a Klondike bar? Doug, would the Dolphins offense or the defense? Doug, would the Dolphins offense or the defense, which one would play better? Defense, just because it's the same stuff as last year. Nothing new. Yeah. Marino also gave Herbert high praise as well. There's all those rumors out there. I'm just looking up the cap space right now for Miami. They are sitting at $4 million. I don't know if they factored in. Let me get bigger for you guys. I don't know if they factored in the signings we did, but they're sitting at 4.8 million. They were sitting at 5.5 last Sunday when we did the live stream. So they lost a little bit. Let me see if they have see how if they added the players. They probably signed him to nothing. Like Vince Beagle's only getting less than $1 million. Strawbridge, Guavin. Trying to see if they added. See, they didn't add the price of Griffin, or I think the corner, and then they still have to sign Eckenberg and Hunter Long. Yeah, a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, Javon Holland's on there now, so that's probably where the money came off. So they probably gonna have a lot less. What are you guys gonna do without 10 interceptions? Same thing we did last year. 10 interceptions was fantastic, don't get me wrong. But the Dolphins also were very good on stop on third downs. They were very good on limiting the points. They were very good on other things besides having Xavier Howard be very good at snatching the ball when it was in his vicinity. 10 interceptions was fantastic, and it did add to the turnover ratio, but don't forget the other stuff that happened besides 10 interceptions, because the Dolphins had more turnovers than just 10 in the NFL last year. Scott Jackson won his Deshaun Watson. Not to point you out, Scott, but I feel like you're going if they don't trade for Deshaun Watson, that you're going to be so upset you're going to blame Greer for it. Connor, do me a favor, bud. Don't spam the chat, bud. That you're going to be like, oh, they're stupid. I don't think they'll give it away. I don't think they're going to give a lot away. So, yeah, don't just do me a favor, guys. Don't spam the chat. That's what my my mods are for. Do you think with Miami being over 85% vaccinated, will be advantage with ability to be close? I don't know. I think that just be smart as a player. That's all you can do. I'm not going to touch too much upon that. It's a sticky subject that can go very quickly downhill. Miami can't restructure X's contract. That's a terrible precedent. They need to hold firm and wait for X to blink. We'll see. I think Xavier Howard will be at camp on Tuesday. He does not want to lose any money. So I honestly think he will be at camp. And then when he gets in the building, I think they'll sit down with him. I honestly think they'll sit down with him and see what they could work out. They did that with that's what they do. They did that with Mika. They sat down with Mika Fitzpatrick 3 separate times to try to get him to understand what they were trying to do with him. They were trying to get him to understand all that stuff 3 separate times. And he still was like, no. So they traded him. They sat down with Kenyon Drake. They wanted to give him a contract. He said, I want to test the open market. They wanted to get something for him because the type of contract he was going to get in the open market was not going to give them a comp pick. So they traded him. Soon as Xavier Howard walks in that building, they are going to sit down and talk with him. What's the matter? What bothered you that we did? Can we reprimand? Can we fix this? Do you want more guaranteed money? We can work on getting you more. They're going to sit down with him and have a conversation. Plain and simple. Yeah, he's going to show up. He's not going to lose any money. You kidding me? He'll lose a lot of money if he doesn't show up. In my opinion, I know it sounds ridiculous after 9 games, but Watson is already a proven elite top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Just upgrading the position, but I see where you're coming from 9 games after. Yeah, no, to the people who are saying, because it's unfair to Tua to even compare him to Watson, honestly. Yeah. I understand trying to get Deshaun Watson isn't stupid. And it's smart for the Dolphins to try to go out and get Deshaun Watson. What I'm talking about with the 9 games is the people who are calling Tua a bust, the people who are saying Tua sucks, all of that stuff. It just doesn't make any sense to me after 9 games to make that pickup. There's only a handful of teams that should not be calling the Texans: the Kansas City Chiefs, the Chargers. Heck, this might sound stupid, but even the Bengals should call the Texans, because having such a bad knee injury from Joe Burrow might, he could still affect him. There's barely the Ravens. I'm trying to think of teams that shouldn't call the Texans. It's all teams should just see what is it going to take, and it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot for the Texans to move off from Deshaun Watson. What's up, Michael? You made it, bud. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Noodle arm Tua. 9 games. Have to be able to score enough to beat Josh Allen's team. Tua just can't. Not many can. Watson can. See, but why is that on Tua? That's the other thing that that always drove me nuts. First off, you're going off of him last year, right? You're going off of him with not a good offensive line in front of him, and you can't say that, oh, Chargers had a better offensive line. They didn't. I think it was they were very close in being bad offensive lines. The Miami Dolphins had no run game, but it's all on Tua, right? Tua couldn't score because Tua throws the ball to himself. Tua also hands the ball off to himself, and Tua also blocks in front of him. Tua couldn't score. Why is that all on Tua? Ryan Fitzpatrick played against one of the worst defenses in the NFL last year in the Seattle Seahawks, and he couldn't score. But you're saying Tua couldn't score. See what I'm saying? Ryan Fitzpatrick, who was well-versed in that offense for years, couldn't score on the Seattle Seahawks defense without Jamal Adams, which was bad. He had all his wide receivers, and he couldn't. 5 field goals. 5 field goals. So that whole narrative that it was Tua's fault, I don't see it. Even the Bills game, everyone wants to blame the Bills game on Tua. Again, was he running the ball? Hey Doug, have you seen Tua lately on Insta? He's looking pretty big. Tua is working his butt off. Absolutely working his butt off. He's training in the sand, which is hard. I don't know if you guys ever tried running in the sand or training in the sand. It is hard, especially on your legs and your hips. He's gonna have a big year this year, and I'm excited. I'm hoping he's our quarterback. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and predict the future and say, "Oh, we're trading for X." That's it. We're going for we're X. We're getting Watson. We're getting Watson. I see it in the future. It's gonna happen. Not saying any of that. My quarterback right now is Tua Tagovailoa. My quarterback starting week 1 is Tua Tagovailoa. I'm watching him work his butt off, training his butt off, getting himself in the best shape he possibly can. And it's just, I'm excited. Now, if the Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson and all of a sudden it's a big change, which they would need to do it now. Deshaun Watson's going to have to learn a new offensive playbook. So if he's going to be a Dolphin, they need to do it sooner rather than later. Then all of a sudden, Deshaun Watson's my quarterback. Plain and simple. But right now, Tua is my quarterback. I love what I see from him. I love it. Trade X for a weapon, maybe a running back. I could do that. 50 cal. Thanks for the donation. But yeah, definitely something like that. I didn't have confidence at all when we had the ball, and a lot of people felt the same way. I don't see what you guys saw, because when they actually let Tua run the offense, and when they actually let him run the no huddle, which he was really good at, if you guys remember, we always scored before the half. We always got something out of it before the half. And I always noticed that with Tua. Even the Broncos game, I think we got a field goal before the half. And it's because they gave him the plays and they let him run a no huddle and they let him do his thing versus, and again, I'm not blaming Chan Gailey and I'm not saying this is Chan Gailey's fault and yada, yada, but it was a different offense that he was used to. And yeah, of course, there was a bunch of Dolphin fans that didn't feel confident, but there's also a ton of people, Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and all these people who did feel comfortable. 9 games, people. 9 games. Without Howard, it's still decent, but him not being there will hurt. Yeah. We just don't know what's going to be on the opposite side of Byron Jones. Excellent, Doug, bringing the common sense. Thank you, Duke. I try. It's just my opinion. You might disagree with my opinion, but that's just my opinion on what I think. Tua is better than Watson. Develop within. We don't need drama after O-line coach mishap, incognito stint, Ricky Williams, And that's the other thing that I'm hearing, Mike. And I don't think, as of right now, Tua is not better than Watson. Tua is not better than Justin Herbert right now. Right now, without me watching him play a down of football in 2021. Right now. He's not better than Watson. He's not better. He's not. Because if you go off of what happened last year, the hip took a big toll on him. He wasn't 100%. You could see it in his throws, all that stuff. So going off of what I see right now. But back to what Mike said, that's the other thing that is another variable. Do you want to bring that circus to Miami? Does, Stephen Ross, does Chris Greer, does Brian Flores want to bring that circus to Miami of something that isn't finalized? He's not on the commissioner's exempt list. That might be because whatever's happening with him is still going on. They're still trying to settle it. So we'll see. James, Doug, how far do you think we'll go in the playoffs? I don't know. I would just like to get in. That's what I would like. I would just like to get in. That's all. Just get in. There's so many Super Bowl winning teams. There's so many teams that you just get in. The Packers one year, I think that when the Packers won the Super Bowl, they were a wild card team. I know the first year the Giants won the Super Bowl against the Patriots, they were a wild card team. Just get in. That's all you got to do. You just got to get in. A lot of people will say like, oh, what year was it? I think it was this year or it was like a few years ago. We needed to win like 2 or 3 games and we get in. And a lot of people were like, yeah, we get in though, and we're one and done. You never know. You just got to get in. Just got to get into the tournament, as they call it. What's up, Ty? That's not fair. Burrow and Tua are exactly the same in the NFL so far, but Burrow is better than everyone. Tua is worse than everybody. I wouldn't say Tua is worse than everybody, and I don't think Burrow is better than everybody. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Tua is worse than anybody. I'm telling you 2 quarterbacks right now. If you asked me who's better, I would say that, that's what I'm telling you. But I don't think Tua is worse than everybody. I think Tua is better than Daniel Jones, and I might get blasphemy for saying that. I think Tua is better than whoever Washington has besides Ryan Fitzpatrick. We'll see how Zach Wilson. Why did I say Luke Wilson? We'll see how Zach Wilson plays. What's up, Nino? How you doing, brother? Because a lot of people are so high on Wilson, the quarterback for the Jets, think he's going to do some fantastic stuff. We'll see. He's going to have that welcome to the NFL moment. To a beat Herbert, yeah. Well, see, and I don't like that. I don't like that saying. You know how many times we've seen that? Tua beat Herbert, Manning beat Brady. Tua didn't beat Herbert. That Dolphin defense confused and got in the head of Herbert. Tua didn't beat Herbert. Our defense beat Herbert because Herbert did not know what to do against that Dolphin defense. There was a whole drive where they ran the ball because he didn't know, he couldn't read the defense. He had such a hard time with our roaming defense. He could not read it. That's the thing. Everyone wants to point out the bad of Tua, right? No one wants to point out the good games he had. He did well in the Bengals game. He did well in the Chargers game. He did really good in the Arizona Cardinals game. He did really well in the New England game. He had good games, but he had bad games too. He had games where he struggled. all people want to do with Justin Herbert is just highlight, set rookie records, even though he threw a ton and he was playing from behind. So a lot of it was garbage time. He did this, he did that. He did everything so well. No one wants to talk about the fact that Justin Herbert severely struggled against the AFC East, against the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Patriots. He had an absolute horrid game against those three teams. He went, lost 45-0 to the Patriots? Bad. He had bad games. Other games he did fantastic, and he deserved the Offensive Rookie of the Year award. But everyone wants to highlight the bad of Tua and take the good and kind of sweep it under the carpet. And they want to just highlight the good of Herbert. And we're going to forget the fact that he got completely blown out by the AFC East besides the Jets. Did good in Kansas City games with no receivers. Yeah, that's another good game. He made some really good throws in that game. Some really bad throws, but some really good throws. And you could see if you watched the film and you broke down the all 22 of Tua's game, which I did extensively. I have an 1.5-hour video on the channel, and that was me editing it down. So you could just imagine how much I actually watched and broke down. You could see that he wasn't 100% healthy, and you can see there was something going on there. He would take I was talking to this about reason. He would take a 3-step drop. And instead of taking that 3-step drop and seeing the route open and get the ball out, he would do this little hiccup at the end of his drop and then throw the ball. And it'd get there, but if he just threw it on time, it would have been better. And these are easy things that he could just, work on and do better at. Doug, do you love and trust the process? I don't know. I don't love and trust it. Football makes me very hard to trust a lot of things. Herbert, wow throws that made you think he was awesome, and Tua didn't even have a 35-yard pass. Is that Tua's fault? Because I'll show you the amount of attempts he had deep. He had a ton of attempts deep. But is that his fault that he didn't have that? Because Mike Williams and Keenan Allen really helped Herbert out. Again, you got to look at everything. You can't just look at the players. You got to look at the entire situation. At some point, Tua was without Devontae Parker, without Preston Williams, without Jakeem Grant. He had Mac Hollins. He had Lynn Bowden Jr. He had Malcolm Perry. Those were his starting receivers. And he tried to throw it down the field. He tried to fit in those tight passes. I think he led the league, or he was like top 5 in the league and throwing like tight passes into tight windows. And people like to say, "Oh, there's a difference between NFL open and Alabama open." Well, he tried. All right, let's stop talking about Tua. I'm like on the soapbox when I don't want to be on the soapbox. This is training camp. Let's talk about other stuff. What other stuff do you want to talk about? Super Bowl, do you think Dolphins versus Eagles Super Bowl? I don't see the Eagles going that far into it. Don't be surprised if the Eagles go after Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson to the Eagles doesn't sound too fishy to me. Well, all Fins fans should be sending good vibes to Tua. Some fans rather be right about Tua being a bust than Fins winning. 100%, Sergio. I've noticed that. 100% have I noticed that. Instead of being like, we're winning, they're like, I want to be right. Which it's like, for a fact, if Tua comes out and he has a fantastic year, like just 3,500 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, just a fantastic year. The people, and you know who they are, who don't like Tua are going to come out and say, well, that's because they added wide receivers, and that's because the offensive line was working, and that's because of this, and that's because they will come up with excuses to diminish his success. But if we come out and say, do you not see what he had to deal with? Well, those are it's just funny. It makes me laugh. Who will be the most improved player this season? Christian Wilkins. I would love for Christian Wilkins to be the most, I would just love that. Tua fans don't care about Miami. They care about Tua. I don't necessarily think that's true, Scott. I don't necessarily. I think there's some Tua fans. I think there's some fans that are diehard Tua fans from Alabama, and that's why they're Dolphin fans. I do think that. But I don't necessarily think that's true about all Tua fans. I think some Tua fans just want the teams to succeed, and Tua's our quarterback. Noah Benogany, that's a good one, Mike. I'd love for him to have a bounce back year. I would absolutely love it. Guys, let's stop crying about stuff that is out of our control, and someone tell me how I get to a practice. I will show you how you get to a practice. You go to MiamiDolphins.com. And you go right here, see where it says training camp. And you click on get tickets. And you got this nice pop-up. And you pick a day. You can claim a ticket. You can claim a ticket. You can claim a ticket. Sold out. Claim a ticket. See, this is how you do it. If you want to go to training camp, this is how you do it. I unfortunately will not be at training camp. But if you want to, that's how you do it. Thanks for responding to me yesterday, fave player. No problem, Brandon. Thank you for the $2 donation. Favorite player right now? I like an underdog story. So you give me somebody that everyone hates, Tua, Noah, Austin Jackson. Like, give me a player on the team that everyone's like, ugh. That's what I'm rooting for. I love underdog stories so much. Absolutely love underdog stories. Why the Dolphins pick up a linebacker? Why not another running back? Sheesh. Because the linebacker core isn't as great as people make it out to be. It actually needs quite a bit of help. And running back, they're probably really comfortable with who they have at running back. Dokes, Gaskin, Ahmed, Patrick Laird. They're probably really comfortable with who they have there. I didn't want to draft Tua at first. Wanted Herbert. But right when they drafted Tua, took Herbert out of my mind and supported our quarterback. Yeah, he's our guy. Malcolm Brown. Do you think... I say his first name wrong, so I'm just going to say Griffin will start. I think he's going to be in circumstantially, if that makes any sense. He's fast. For a linebacker that ran a 4.38, he's fast. He's going to help on special teams a lot. But yeah, he's fast. Kevin Lee with the $5 donation. Hey, Doug, I think if we come out and go 2-0 versus division rivals in week 1 and 2, that's a great sign. We can definitely win the division, I think. 100%. And that puts, call him Shaq. Yeah, I'm going to call him Shaq. That puts a big stamp on the rest of the NFL. Look out for the Dolphins. Because we went 10-6 last year. So if we can do that, and if we can come out and go 2-0, especially going up against the Bills and knock them off, the Patriots and the Bills are, as much as people want to like dismiss us, and not a lot of people are dismissing us anymore. A lot of people are actually giving us the respect we kind of deserve. It's the Patriots are the Patriots because they have Bill Belichick, and the Bills won the AFC East and did really, really well last year. If we can come out and knock those two teams off, forget about it. All of a sudden, that 10-6 team is looking more like a 12-5. I have to. It's like now I got to do like all this math because 17. Because I'm dumb. Van Ginkel big year. I'm hoping so. BDog1323 with a $5 donation. Enjoy your channel and the chatting. Nice to see younger players with passion about the Dolphins, like I saw when I was younger. Fins fan since 78. My dad's been a Dolphins fan around the same time. My dad was born in 65. Thank you for the $5 donation, bud. So yeah, he's the reason I'm a Dolphins fan. If anyone ever asks how I was a Jersey kid, Dolphins fan's my father. Because of my father. If we open up 0-2, might this sway a Watson trade if it hasn't already happened by then? I don't see, if the Dolphins don't trade for Watson before the start of the season, I don't see it happening. I said before the draft, if he doesn't get traded, I don't see him getting traded, and he didn't get traded before the draft. So we'll see. We have thrown a lot of draft capital at the O line. Yeah, what? A first, just one first though. A first, a second, 2 seconds, and a fourth. Sith Lord Todd with the $5 donation. Underdogs are great, but in NFL, mostly Hollywood. Would you support any trade that puts Watson in Miami over Tua? Yeah. This is the thing. I have no control over what the Dolphins do. Whether it's start Tua, bench Tua, put in Jacoby Brissett, go after Deshaun Watson, go after Aaron Rodgers. I have absolutely no control over any of that. What I have control over is what my eyes see. And what I see is Tua, who had an up and down year last year, but didn't suck, but wasn't elite, wasn't, top echelon, I guess you could say, of quarterbacks. So to me, looking at Tua, looking at how hard he's worked this offseason, putting all the time in, I want to give the kid a chance. That being said, Deshaun Watson isn't a scrub of a quarterback. Deshaun Watson led the NFL in passing yards with one of the worst offenses around him. So for him to put up those type of numbers on the team he did is, really, really good. Scott, I'm going to get to your question because that's necessarily not true. So it doesn't matter. If we bring in Aaron Rodgers, right, and they sit Tua for a year or two and let him learn a little bit more, which they should have. Tua never should have started last year. It should have been Fitz the whole year. I'm all right with that. Whatever it takes to hoist that Lombardi trophy. Whatever it takes. So Scott says, we have never done well drafting O-line. Mike Pouncey was good. Jake Long was good. Laremy Tunsil was good. I wouldn't say never. If you said we don't, I wouldn't say never. Mike Pouncey was a really good center. Laremy Tunsil, really good. We got a ton of firsts for him. Jake Long, I think Jake Long was a good left tackle for us. I wouldn't say never. I didn't yet. I'm trying. As soon as I know, you guys will know. Do you think someone on the Dolphins will get a defensive player of the year? I'm hoping. Should have happened. Vernon Carey. He's a good one. Friggin' now you can say in the past how many years, but if you say ever, Richmond Webb. Hello. Stevenson. Hello. I was wondering if you ever do right. I always do right, but I like to do wrong. That was corny. Sorry. How great would a Super Bowl be between us and the Washington football team? I haven't seen Bobby McCain yet, but I can't wait to meet him. That would be a recap of Super Bowl 20-something. We lost. Their running back. What was the name of the running back on the Washington football team that completely destroyed the Dolphins in that Super Bowl? My old school football fans, what was the name of that running back who helped us, who helped the Washington football team destroy the Dolphins in the 80s? Riggins. There you go. Mm-hmm. That's much better, Scott. Don't say never. It's much better. Yeah, Riggins. John Riggins. He was the reason that they beat the Dolphins in the Super Bowl that year. Because the Dolphins been to 5 Super Bowls and we won 2. Back to back. We lost to Washington. We lost to the 49ers. And I think we lost to the Cowboys. Yeah, I think it was we lost to the Cowboys and then we did the back-to-back Super Bowl win. Perfect season. And then it was a little stint. Then we lost to the Redskins, Washington football team. Then we lost to the 49ers. Super Bowl 19, thank you. What's our defense plan against the Bills and Dolphins since they put 50 points on us? They only put 50 points on the Dolphins that one time. That's because there was a lot of injuries. No excuse. Stop doing it, Doug. You got to shut down Josh Allen. You got to shut down Josh Allen. You want to beat the Bills, you shut down Josh Allen and you make him one-dimensional. You win that game. Because they had a horrible run game last year. This is the first time we played the Bills. This was the first game. We lost by 3 points. We lost by 3 points. And there was a ton of dropped interceptions by the Dolphin defense in that game. And I honestly think if Byron Jones did not get injured the second play of the game, I think the Dolphins win this game. I think having him cover Stephon Diggs and having X on the other side would have shut down that offense. And I think the Dolphins would have won this game. I honestly think the Dolphins would have won this game. So I think they're going to be even better because they added, in my opinion, I think the Dolphins added Josh Allen's kryptonite in Jalen Phillips. Because Jalen Phillips, go watch his tape at UCLA. Go watch his tape at Miami. He loves to chase down the quarterbacks. He has a high motor and he doesn't stop. Because that's what you notice with some of these quarterbacks, these defensive ends. They start to get tired after a while trying to chase down this quarterback, Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen or whoever who's running around like a crazy person. Not Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips, that's why the Dolphins drafted him. He's really good, and he can chase down a quarterback. Say Tua wins MVP and Herbert has a down year. Will Herbert get doubted like Tua? No. And that's the thing that sucks about Herbert. And I want Herbert to succeed. I don't care. Because people are going to be like, well, that's because you're biased because Tua. No. Herbert's already set his limit, right? Herbert had a fantastic rookie year, set rookie records, and won rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. He put it up here. He has to surpass that. He has to do better than that. Because if he regresses, if he has an off year, people are going to talk. People are going to talk. Camp starts Tuesday. Herbert already shown he belongs in the NFL. We'll see, Scott. We'll see. Because I remember another quarterback who showed he belonged in the NFL. He won Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. You know who that quarterback is? Let me see if you guys can guess this. What quarterback had a fantastic rookie year, won Offensive Rookie of the Year, and disappeared? Let's see who can guess. Let's see. I'll give you bump. Yep. Ty got it. Scott got it. Dolphin man, Jared got it. Yeah. You all got it. You all got it. Not saying it's going to happen to Justin Herbert, because what happened with RG3 was that knee injury. That knee injury is what screwed it up. He should not have played in that playoff game. That knee injury hurt him and hurt his career. That being said, though, you could be on cloud 9, be a fantastic high-ranked quarterback, and something can happen. Some people forget about him too, John. Something could happen. All of a sudden, you disappear. Vince Young had a really good rookie year. Remember that Texans game where he ran in and won it himself? And then he disappeared. Absolutely disappeared. Sith Lord Todd with a $10 donation. Thank you, bud. I see a lack of pass pressure, the biggest problem from last year on the D. I know you have upcoming videos to talk about this, but can you give us a little preview? Yeah, 100%. And I said that in a tweet, and a lot of people misconstrued it because I had to put everything into one giant tweet. The Dolphins blitzed like second most in the NFL last year. And they were 11th in sack and 11th in pressure on the quarterback, but they blitzed second most. And it's still good to be second, 11th in pressure and sacks, but I would that's even another good name. Dolphin man Jared Mariota had a really good rookie year, disappeared. I want more pressure. If you're going to be blitzing that much, I want to get through more. So there's too many games I've watched, Derek Carr, Josh Allen, where these quarterbacks were able to run around like a crazy person. It is. It is. Did Dante Culpepper? But Dante Culpepper never really disappeared. Once he lost Randy Moss is when he kind of disappeared. Do you think we need a really good running back to win the Super Bowl? I don't think you need a good running back. You need offense and defensive line. That's what you need. If the Miami Dolphins have a top 5 offense and defensive line, they're going far. They're going far. So to me, to be able to run the ball, but also to be able to do whatever you want on offense and to be able to stop the run and get after the quarterback is huge. Absolutely huge. Mike Brady said Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez, he was more because of that Jets defense and really wasn't have to do about him. They're coming back, Dolphin man Jared. I had just had other videos to do. So that's why I really haven't done one of those in a while. I got a whole list of myths that I'm going to get to, but yeah. Herbert is mobile, deep arm, and will continue to develop accuracy. He had a jump start to statistically with his rookie year, has weapons for the future. Herbert is better. No one's saying Herbert's not better. That's how you can tell. When someone gets defensive, that's how you can tell. I never said Herbert wasn't better. I actually said Herbert was better. But what I'm saying is you never know. How many you guys listed off 4 or 5 quarterbacks that had fantastic rookie years and then disappeared? You never know. You never know. There's a question I wanted to answer that one of you guys asked me. Tebow. Mike, you're gonna get me in trouble if you get me to talk about Tim Tebow. You're gonna get me in trouble. I'm not talking about Tim Tebow. No, I'm not talking about Tim Tebow. What do you think? Why do you think they haven't extended Gesicki? The brutal truth is probably because they don't want to. The brutal, honest truth is probably because they want to see what he can do this year before they give him any money. They might do what they did with Devontae Parker, which is they kind of give him the extension in the middle of the year. So that's the honest truth. The other is they don't have money right now, and they might have different players higher priority than Gesicki right now. Kevin Lee with the $5 donation. Hey, Doug, will you be broadcasting the preseason opener versus Chicago since it's on the NFL Network at 8:14? I will. 8:14, August 14th is my dad's birthday party, so I'm not going to do the entire game, but I will do the beginning of the game, and then I will do the second preseason game and the third preseason game in its entirety. But the first preseason game I won't because my dad's birthday party. Mr. Frostbite with the $2 donation. What do you think of Craven LeBlanc and Shaq Griffin? I like the addition. I think they're good, versatile players. I think they will really help out with the special teams, especially. But I do think, LeBlanc is a really good slot corner. Couldn't get that out for some reason. So I'm excited to see what he can do. And Griffin is just a really fast. He's probably going to be a good blitzing. Think of Jerome Baker, but faster with Griffin. So I'm very interested in that. Great topic about the shift and how we spend our money. Hey, Doug. Doug, how much do you think the late buy that we have will affect us for worst or for the best? Here, I'll pop it up. You can see my wallpaper. This helps. I'm telling you, this helps when people ask you questions about the schedule. I got it right here. I said this in a stream a while back that right now having that late buy will help us in the aspect of we'll be fresh for that run. If we like say with the last 4 games, we need to win 3 of the 4 to get in the playoffs, or we need to win 2 of the 4 to get in the playoffs. Coming off that bye will be fresh legged, everything, not only for the stretch into the playoffs, but for the playoffs. If we get into the playoffs. So it's going to be really good. But then also can hurt because you get a lot of players hurt. I'm not dodging your question, Willie. I didn't see it. What is your question? Stop dodging my question. I got 370 people in the room, and you're saying I'm dodging your question? I'm not dodging nothing. I honestly don't see it, Willie. Ask it again. Ask it again, and I'll answer it. Only got 145 likes though, with 376 of you guys in here. Be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know that you enjoy this. Yeah, Willie, I don't see your question. How far back do I have to go? No, I don't see it, Willie. Ask it again, bud, and I'll get to it. The NFL needs to play 2 preseason games, 18 regular season games. Jeez. And have 2 bye weeks. That makes more sense. Yeah, that would make more sense. Have 2 bye weeks. Dougie, touch my question. What's up, Big John? It's hard to get to everyone's questions. Look at us in building. TD Fins talk. My brother from another mother. He's putting out some fire content. DouglieDoWrong. How do you dodge all the questions? I was really good at dodgeball, so I'm really good at evading questions. I already answered this one, Street King. The greatest thing would be to have every team that we played catch just go undefeated without injuries. Oh my goodness. That'd be horrible. Funny, but horrible. Oh my god, it's funny. How much of a role will Noah play if X gets traded? Do you think they'll rely more on Jason McCourty, Justin Coleman? Will it even be relevant in if our pass rush is elite? If our pass rush is elite, it'll matter, but it shouldn't matter as much. When it comes to what's going to happen, I think you'll see Noah on the boundary, which he should be better for. So I think you'll see that happen. You'll see Noah go to the boundary, and then you'll see, Nick Needham, you'll see Coleman, you'll see LeBlanc competing for that slot corner position, and then you'll see McCourty being that roamer and all that stuff. Should football be an Olympic sport? Yes. That would be awesome if that was an Olympic sport. They have like 3-on-3 basketball now as an Olympic sport, and they just put skateboarding and X Games as an Olympic sport. Yeah, football should be an Olympic sport. $2 donation from Mr. Frostbite. Are you mad we let go of future Hall of Famer Rex Sonara? What did I say? Long Spapper or Spacker or something like that? I can't. Doug, who do you think our leader will be in yards, touchdowns, and receptions? Receptions, I'm going to say Waddle. Receiving yards, I'm going to say Will Fuller. And touchdowns, I'm going to say Waddle. Hey, Doug, I'm enjoying this video. Good job, fins up. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate that, bud. At work, Doug. Sorry, I missed your response. It's all good, Street King. I learned my lesson from last stream when I was drinking a Coke because I had a headache. And I kept burping and drinking water now because I don't have a headache. Geese Goose, do you think Mike Gesicki is going to have a breakout year with the new and improved Tua? I don't know. He's going to have to compete at a high level because there's a lot of good, talented weapons around Tua right now when it comes to Waddle, Parker, Fuller, Wilson, Bowden, Foster. He's got a lot of good weapons around him. Hunter Long, Shaheen. Sith Lord with another $5 donation. Do you feel as I do, O-line is the biggest weakness of the team? If not, which position? Yeah, I do. I do think it is the weakest right now. Doug, is our Messiah get traded for Watson? Oh, does Tua get traded for Watson? I don't know. I'm going to say this. This is the only prediction that I will give you guys. And I'll say this. If Deshaun Watson doesn't get traded by the end of after the first preseason game, I don't see it happening because it's going to take a lot to learn a new playbook. It could happen. It happened with Chad Pennington, but I just don't know. I don't know. D-Man with the $5 donation. What do you think Tua's touchdown to interception ratio will be? I think high. I think for a fantastic year, like if he's having a year where people are like, whoa, look at this, look at Tua, I would say, yeah. I don't see that out of the realm of possibility, Billy. Like 30 to 10, 30 to 12. Tua's very he's secure with the ball. He doesn't like to throw turnovers, especially if his defense is playing well. He doesn't want to put his team in a bad situation. If it's an year, like kind of like last year where it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, I'd say like 15 touchdown, 20 touchdowns to about 8 interceptions. High touchdown, low interception ratio. That's the way I see it. Is linebacker really a weakness? We got a few that are pretty good. It's not a big weakness. But it depends on what you predicate as a linebacker. And you're like, what the hell does that mean, Doug? What are you getting philosophical on us? Mr. Frostbite, new member. Thank you so much for joining, bud. But it all depends on what you mean as a linebacker. So we'll look at the linebackers, right? Jerome Baker, he's essentially our linebacker. Vince Beagle is probably not going to be a Mike. He's probably going to be an outside guy. Sam McGuavin, kind of more of our middle linebacker. Griffin, there, I got him in his jersey and everything. He's probably going to be, Jerome Baker-esque linebacker. Keelan Johnson, same thing. Bernardrick McKinney, again, a thumper. Calvin Munson, and thumper. See, Jalen Phillips, though, he's probably, I see him rushing more and getting after the quarterback more than I do see him, dropping back into coverage. Duke Riley, maybe more of a linebacker. Landon Roberts, Brennan Scarlett. Van Ginkel, though, he's another that I see getting after the quarterback. So the ones that I think when it comes to playing a linebacker and not pure getting after the quarterback is like Jerome Baker, Sam McGuavin, Griffin, McKinney, Roberts, and even Scarlett. And they're not bad. It's not bad. It's got to be good. It's good at stopping the run. Don't let the tight ends get open. Training camp is almost here. Almost here, boys. One more day. One more day. We get Tunsil back. Imagine that. That'd be hilarious if we got Tunsil back. X for Najee. We're just sending all our good secondary players to the Steelers. By what point in the season will Jordan Scarlett be the starting running back? From what I've known about the Dolphins and Brian Flores, if you have a good practice, you're going to start. Here, I'll show you the running back room. Running back room's not as big. Kevin Lee is yelling at me in all caps. Thank you for the $5 donation. Hey, Doug, does Tua go deep more with two new offensive coordinators, or does he stay safe again this year? He throws it to whoever's open. And he's gone deep. I forget off the top of my head, like what, 30-something times? It wasn't a lot. But if you look at, do I still have it? Let me see if I still have it. I hope I do. I had the screenshots for all the quarterbacks. I don't know if I have it anymore. Their depth throws for the, I do right here. So I'll share the screen. So with Tua, his passes 20 plus yards. He had 29 attempts. He had 10 completions, but to say he doesn't really throw it 20 plus yards down the field isn't necessarily true, right? When you look at the percentages of his throws, majority of his throws were short, 0 to 9 yards, right? 10% deep, about 20% medium, about 54% short, and only 11% behind the line of scrimmage, right? But then if you look at, let's see who's next, a little behind the scenes, Justin Herbert, right? He's around the same realm of looking at the percentage of throws, right? 11% of his passes were 20 yards plus, right? He threw 67 passes deep. He also threw a ton more passes, but Tua was 10%. He's 1.3% more, but a majority of his passes were short. If you look at the majority of his passes are short. Who else did I have here? Just Joe Burrow, right? 11% of his passes were deep. He had more passes medium, but again, a majority of his passes were short. About almost 50% of his passes were short. Deshaun Watson, he threw more deep passes, about 2% more. Medium, threw way more medium, but a majority of, a little less than half of his passes were short. And that's all I got. I think I had more, though. Here we go. Josh Allen, 12% deep, but a majority of his passes were short. So a lot of people want to say, Tua check down Tua or Tua throw short. A majority of the passes for most of these top quarterbacks are short. 44% of his passes were 0 to 9 yards. So a majority of their passes are short. He only threw deep, 1.5% more when it came to attempts per completions or attempts per overall throw deep than Tua. Majority of his passes were short. See what I'm saying? Picking up what I'm putting down? Does that make any sense? So like you look at Tua, right? 54% of his passes were 0 to 9 yards. It's a little bit above the average, but it's still an average when you look at all the quarterbacks. Majority of their passes were 0 to 9 yards. Yes, Doug, but you win your argument on percentage, but not on total throws. It's the percentage of their total throws. So they took 292 throws and a percentage of them were where they were. If you did total throws, right, these guys threw more passes than Tua. It's the percent of their throws. So it still equals out, if that makes any sense. Why is the stream only 720? Because of StreamYards. I have to upgrade StreamYards to be able to shoot in 1080. I'm going to when the season starts, or I think for the first preseason game, I will upgrade my StreamYard to have 1080. You can see my ugly mug in high def. They played more games than Tua as well. Yeah. That's why it's the percentage. It's the percentage of the amount of throws. Why not stream on OBS? I tried to, and I'm not going to say I won't stream on OBS because I have it. I'll show you. I have it right here. Here's my OBS. Get a little behind the scenes of all my apps. There's my OBS right there. But it was real glitchy for me. So I just stopped using it. Because like the stream started lagging behind. And people were seeing something that I already said like 10 minutes ago. And I was like, I don't like this. John Russell with the €5 pound. Stephen Ross is 81 and he wants to win now. They say he didn't want Watson because of the PR. Could Ross be having a change of heart? It is a possibility. He definitely wants to not leave the ownership of the Dolphins without getting a ring. Again, I said it before. If they go after Watson, they go after Watson. I'm not upset about it. But I think they should give Tua a chance because I think Tua showed what he can do. You're going to tell me Tua is the only quarterback to have bad games as a rookie? Exactly. Is there a setting in OBS to lower stream delay? It wasn't necessarily the stream delay. It was, I guess, my connection or something. I forgot what game I was streaming, and the delay started to get worse as I was streaming, and it got real bad to the point where I was like 10 minutes or like I was a couple minutes behind, and I was like, I don't like this. It's driving me nuts. Plus with this, I could do stuff like this, which is something I'm working on for the games. Have the scores pop up on the screen for you guys because I used to have the dry erase here. But now where my camera's pointed and stuff, I'm not going to have the dry erase board anymore. Top 5 deep throwing quarterbacks. 5 Josh Allen, 4 Deshaun Watson, 3 Aaron Rodgers, 2 Pat Mahomes, 1 Russell Wilson. Did not know that. Who do you think will be our starting running back? I don't think there'll be one guy, but to start off this season, I think it will be Gaskin. Mario is going to go crazy this season with Ricky. What do you mean, James? I think I'm missing that. How did you build your channel from the ground up? Any tips to growing your channel? Dedication. I started this because I noticed that media wasn't really talking about the Dolphins. And every time the Dolphins would win, it'd be how the other team lost. And then just dedication. If you go back and watch my first channel, my first videos talking about the Dolphins, they were cringy. I cursed. I didn't have anything behind me. I didn't have this mic. I didn't have the lights. I had the camera though, because that's my degree. But yeah, just dedication. Have fun. Don't take it too seriously. Don't let what people say affect you. I get a lot of people hating on me, calling me stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Who are you? Why should I listen to you? Like all this stuff. Just have fun. That's all I can say. Just dedication. Dedication is the biggest thing. Kevin Lee with $5 donation. With more weapons, do you think he does take more chances, though, this year? I think Waddle and Fuller will allow him to definitely have more completions. Yeah. He took a lot of deep passes in college, and he put them right where they needed to be. So, yeah, I definitely think so. But, yeah, if you guys ever think about wanting to start your own channel, that's the biggest thing you guys have. Just have fun. Because if this isn't fun anymore and it's a job, you can tell it when you see someone talking. You could see it in their face that they're not having fun and this is a job, and they're going to get you the information. They're going to get you the facts, but they're not having fun doing it. Once I stop having fun, I'm probably going to stop doing it, but I don't see myself ever stop having fun because this is fun. It's a lot of fun talking to you guys. I got 360 of you guys in here. How many likes do I got? I got 208 likes. Let's get this sucker to 300 likes. This is fun to me. This is my favorite team. I get to talk about my favorite team to some of the greatest people in the world, you guys. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun. In the matter of Tua going deep or not, the game and defense will dictate that. But if he sees that on a particular play, then he is smart enough to take what a quarterback does. Depends on the play. Very, very good, CH. It was a joke, Doug. What was a joke? Oh, your comment? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. If you had to choose between X and Tua for Watson, would you go for it? Just that? Just X and Tua for Watson? No draft picks? Is X gonna leave? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I'm glad you like the emojis. I'm trying to make more for you guys, for the members. I'm trying to make more. Like, I think I have some funny ones right now. I'm trying to make more. How many touchdowns do you believe Waddle will have? Probably about 8 or 9. Do you feel like we get Watson? I don't know. If we do, I won't be surprised. If we don't, I won't be surprised. If that helps. It probably doesn't. It's a very vague answer. But in all honesty, if they trade for him, I'm not surprised. Deshaun Watson is a really good quarterback. And if they don't trade for him, I'm not surprised because Tua shows a ton of promise. So, Doug, what offensive player, not Marino or Ricky from the past, would you want to see on this team? Chris Chambers, Randy McMichael. I said probably offensive lineman too. Richmond Webb. Get him on there. Is X better than Madison or Surtain? I don't know. Madison or Surtain. OJ McDuffie. That's a good one. Street King. Madison Surtain were on the field more. That's X's biggest problem, and that's the reason why they don't want to give him that much money, is because he is injured. He had 2 full years out of 5. So that's why. Offensive coordinator playing to Tua's strengths. Tua is 100%. More upper body strength than weapons. Tua is the answer. He's been working out. He has been working out. So we'll see. We will see. All right. I'm going to hang out for like another 8 minutes. I'm going to get out of here. It's getting late. Do you collect football cards? I do not. I used to collect Pokemon cards, and then I used to collect Magic. I played Magic, but no, I don't collect football cards. Who was your favorite player on the Dolphins defense in the 1990s and why? Jason Taylor, Zach Thomas. I love Jason Taylor because I played that position, and I was the same body type. I was tall, long, and skinny. So I could relate. I never understood why I was picked to play defensive end when I started playing Pee Wee football. Blew my mind. I was like, I thought I was going to be a wide receiver. Nope. Defensive end. And I loved every minute of it. Am I old? Is 33 old? I don't know. Depends on your age. If you're like 16, then maybe 33 is old to you. Love you, Doug. Going accounts cheaper. The Dolphins. All right, Willie. Catch you later, bud. Will Miami try to go after Davante Adams in free agency? That is interesting. I don't know, but that would be very interesting if they got Davante Adams. Yup. 33 is not old. Shut up. 33 is young to me now. Well, I'm turning 34. Jeremy says, I hope 33 ain't old. Yeah, exactly. Stevenson. I'm turning 34 September 27th. I don't think the Dolphins are playing a game on that day. Let me see. Nope, my birthday's on a Monday, September 27th. They will be playing the Raiders. They will be playing the Raiders the Sunday before my birthday on September. Maybe we'll have a little birthday celebration on my birthday. Well, the day before my birthday. It's weird that my favorite NFL position is fullback. Huh. You paint at all? No, I don't paint. I play the guitar and I edit and I do Photoshop and stuff like that. I don't paint. Shout out to you, Doug. I'll be 33 September 24th. Nice. Is that on a Sunday? Or Saturday. No, wait. Nope, that's a Friday. Well, that's good. You can play for you. It's too late. The baby's sleeping. I promise you I would if the baby, maybe at halftime of week 1, I'll play a song. I ain't singing though, but I'll play a song week 1. Thanks for your content, dog. Always awesome. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I'll play a song week 1, halftime of the Patriots game. I gotta tune it up. I haven't played it in a minute. Hey, Doug, do you think if we make it to the playoffs and win one game, do you think there'll be a great season? I know only great seasons are when you win the Super Bowl. What do you think? The Dolphins haven't won a playoff game since 2001 against the Colts. So if they win a playoff game, I'll be ecstatic, and it'll be a very good sign for the future. Kyle with the $5 donation. Doug, everyone wants Watson, but doesn't it remind you of the Culpepper situation? He was a bust for us. Do you think we could be repeating history? Let's check that out. It's a very good question. Very good question. We're going to check that out. Let's see. And even new member, B-Dog. Thank you for joining the membership, bud. I will shout you guys out in Tuesday's video. New members, anyone who joins the Patreon in tonight or tomorrow. I'm not going to be doing a video tomorrow, but I will be doing a video on Tuesday for the first day of training camp. Anyone who became a member tonight and joins the Patreon, I will shout you guys out on Tuesday's video. So let's put some things into perspective, right? This is Dante Culpepper, and this is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has been playing in the NFL for 4 years, right? So your question was, if we go after Deshaun Watson, is this like a Dante Culpepper situation, right? And I'd see somebody say Culpepper was already on his way down and injury prone. Well, funny you say injury prone. I think they have it on here. They usually have injuries on here. Deshaun Watson had a few injuries that set him back. Do they have injuries? But whatever. So these are his first 4 years. He didn't play the first full year because of an injury. And then 4,165 yards, 26 touchdowns, 3,852 yards, 26 touchdowns. And then this past year, 4,823 yards, 33 touchdowns. All of them with very good completion percentages and all of them with good QBRs. And you look at Dante Culpepper's first year, right? He didn't play his first year. Second year, first 4 years were kind of all right, 3,937, 2,612, 33 touchdowns here. Probably really did help you have Randy Moss. 14 touchdowns, 3,800, but he also threw 23 interceptions here. So I think Deshaun Watson, his first 4 years, and even if we count this year, I think Deshaun Watson, his first 4 years are much better than Dante Culpepper's first 4 years. So if the Dolphins do decide to go after Deshaun Watson, I don't see it as a Dante Culpepper situation. With our luck, we trade Tua to the Houston Texans. We get Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has a massive knee injury with us. has to go, we lose him for a year. We have an off year. Tua goes to the Houston Texans, has a fantastic year. And I lose my mind. Doug, all you, TD and K Flexen, and a lot of other are good. What you do to me is just the way you do your show. I just love watching and listening to you. Keep the good work, man. Don't ever stop. Thank you, CH. I appreciate that, bud. Patch Vibes. Someone was asking about Patch Vibes. Doug, what's the website for patches? Patchvibes.com. I'll put it in there. Use a promo code DDW. Here you go. Patchvibes.com. And if you use the promo code DDW, you get yourself 20% off. Also, I'll put another one in here for you guys. Backroom Collections. If you don't know who Backroom Collections is, Backroom Collections. You see the Ricky artwork right there? Right there? That's Backroom Collections. They have a ton of great artwork. Let me pull it up and I'll show it to you. Use the promo code DDW for Backroom Collections. You get yourself 10% off. It's also linked in the description below, but I want to show you more artwork that they do because they don't only just do Dolphin stuff. Let me find it. So here. So they do this one. They do Dolphin stuff, but then they also do other teams. That's the one I got over there. They do baseball. They do a bunch of different stuff. And then they also have some new stuff that they're working on. Where is it? How big of a hit would it be to RD if we trade X? It all depends on how well the front 7 do. Yeah, that's what it all really depends on. I'm going to show you some of their new stuff. Check this ish out. Look at this stuff. And again, they don't just do Dolphin stuff. You can get whatever you want. But this is the new stuff they're working on when it comes to like a 3D print. They also have like these cool little tile stuff. So if you want to get yourself some of this stuff, again, this is the website, but it's also linked in the description. Go get over there, put the promo code DDW in, you get yourself 10% off. They got some really, really good artwork over there. Really good artwork. That Ricky Williams one is good. I used to have a good one back in the day of Randy McMichael flying over the Saint. Oh, that was such a good catch. I know which one you're talking about. Doug, does bearded Tua ever make you feel some type of way? A little bit, but bearded Tua. When are new uniforms coming out? The old school uniforms. You meaning like change them? Not for another couple of years. That's when they do it. I believe many of the fans have a problem with the Watson situation is not wanting to hear anything else about it until it happens. Only concern about the 90 on the team now. What do you say? Yeah. So I didn't really want to talk about it because it's the same regurgitation. Sith Lord, the $5 donation. Have a fantastic night with your little princess. Good night. Good night to you, Sith Lord. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here, fellas. It was a blast. Again, patchvibes.com. Backroom Collections. Use the promo code DDW. You get yourself 20% off on Patch Vibes. You get yourself 10% off on Backroom Collections. Miami Sports Music. Check it all out. I'll see you guys Tuesday, the start of training camp, baby. Tuesday. I will see you then. Other than that, guys, I had a fantastic night. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all the new members. Thank you to the Patreons. Like I said, I will shout you guys out Tuesday. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.